This is the demo I'm making of one of the apps that I made in Power Apps. This is going to show kind of a more advanced form feature. Um, so this uses Dataverse for its data source, and we are going to start by typing in our mission number, assuming this would be assigned to us as we are going on our away mission. And when we press enter, it loads some information, and that information is what comes from our Dataverse tables. So we have a couple tables in here, and they have mission IDs, leaders, and a bunch of information attached to it. I'm not going to go into the details of those tables, but you can see we've got our leader from this table, and we've got our team that the leader has. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to use our date selection tool, and we're going to choose our date. We're going to set the time, and we have it in military time. So let's say 2:15 p.m. when we're leaving, and we're going to go down to our planet. And when we get there, we're going to hit scan, scan our atmosphere. And this is assuming some data is taken from some sort of sensor. In our case, it's just some random data. And then we're going to scan for minerals, and we get our mineral content. And then as we scroll down, we see we're going to ask for some more information. We have life forms. If there's any life forms, you're going to turn this on. And let's say there are. And now this becomes required, if you notice that. So now we have to choose what kind of life form we have. Let's say we've got go with amphibian life form type. And maybe it's also humanoid. And then we can either have them sentient or not. So let's go ahead and say they are sentient. Then we can choose hostile or not hostile. And in our case, we'll just say they're friendly. And then we have a chance to describe our vegetation, just a simple text field. And then if we have any casualties, we can report them here. If we do, we have some notes that we must take. Let's go with no casualties in this case. And then we can type in our results. So just say we have a new class M planet friendly life forms found. All right, and then if you scroll down, you notice we have spots for some images and some attachments. So we will now demonstrate how images work. Okay, so let's say we want to get a scan of the atmosphere. We're going to turn our camera on. Our scanner now can take a picture of the atmosphere by clicking on our image. You notice it pulls it down here. We're going to assign that image to atmosphere. Now let's say we want to get an image for vegetation. We've got this nice plant here. We'll take a capture of that. Down here is a preview, and we're going to assign it to vegetation. And if we scroll down, we can see we are attaching the images to the specific spots in our form. And now we want to get an image of minerals. So here's our mineral image, and we'll attach that to minerals. And finally, we need our humanoid amphibian image. So we are going to take a capture of that and assign that to life forms. Okay, so now that we've captured all of our images, we can see them all listed in here. We can go ahead and turn our camera off. We could attach an attachment if we needed to attach something. In this case, let's just not do that. And then we're gonna click submit. This will go through, and this is going to be updating our database. So in our case, our database is actually a SharePoint list. One other thing, let's say we start typing in here, and let's do a different mission maybe. And we get the mission and we're like, oh, we start maybe scanning some things and we're like, whoops, not supposed to do that. We can click clear and it's going to reset our form. Okay, so now let's take a look at our SharePoint list that holds all of the information we just captured. You can see this last item here is going to be our most recent capture. We did a similar mission earlier. Um, we have everything stylized. We've got our mission number, the date that it happened, our team, our atmosphere. We've got our vegetation, our mineral composition. We say we've got life forms, they're amphibian and humanoid. We've got sentient life forms, no hostile life forms, no casualties. We have our notes here, our results that we found a new class M planet. And then we have each of the pictures of our example. So if we click on these, we can see what the picture is in a larger view. And that's about it for our demo of our away teams reporter.